Welcome back to Unraveled Radio. Please remember to subscribe and like this video. This is the show where we dive deep into the world of natural hair, entrepreneurship, life, love, and self-publishing. Today we have Adria Rivera. She's a self-published author who skyrocketed her email list to over 1,500 fans in just 30 days. Please welcome her to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, Charnel. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you. I'm so excited to have you today. Let's start with your story. What inspired you to take the leap into self-publishing?
Yes, ma'am. So I have been a writer all my life, but I used to do it just for fun. So it was not on a level where I had a platform. So I officially started self-publishing in 2022. But before that, my journey into self-publishing began during a pretty uncertain time in my life. I was very unhappy in my late 20s, feeling unfulfilled with where I was headed. I honestly um, was going through probably postpartum depression also because I had five kids basically back to back, 18 months apart. So you can
Wow.
only imagine what I was going through. My dad had also passed away in 2022, which made me question what I wanted to do with my life also. And it was at that moment I knew I needed a reset, not just in my mind, but in my business. And that's when I discovered the power of self-publishing and email marketing. So it was basically something that brought me joy and helped me process the feelings that I was going through. And that's how I ended up writing sweet romance stories. And honestly, it's such a fulfilling journey. And I'm glad I took that leap.
Well, I am as well, and I can't wait to read your book. I've heard a little bit about it, and I'm very interested in diving deeper into it. And five kids, you are an amazing woman. And my apologies about the loss of your father.
Thank
Now, one thing that really stood out to me is how you built your email list to over 1,500 fans in just 30 days. That's incredible.
you.
What strategies did you use to make that happen?
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't believe it, like how it happened for me. I didn't think I was capable of even having anybody be interested in what I have to say. So it was definitely amazing. So my main strategy was to focus on lead magnets, on lead magnets, right? So I used platforms like BookFunnel and BookClicker. BookFunnel to create a freebie and a landing page, and my freebie was for my readers in form of a 20,000 word novella in my niche, and Book Clicker to optimize my lead magnet strategy. And I made sure to give away something of value in exchange for their email address. And that worked out wonderfully. So I also participated in book promos from there and email list swaps, which really then helped grow my list, and everything just kind of took off from there.
Great. Well, we both know a lot of authors struggle with building a loyal readership. What mistakes should they avoid when trying to grow their audience?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say a big mistake I see a lot of authors make is not engaging with their readers. So just sending out a book or publishing on Amazon and hoping for the best isn't enough. And I know because I've done it and I watch my books fail miserably. I realize you need to nurture those relationships that you have with your readers, with your audience. You need to be able to respond to emails, ask for feedback, and basically share and tell your story and form a connection and make your readers feel like they're a part of your journey. Another mistake is not being consistent with email marketing. I think a lot of new authors are afraid of over marketing, but I feel like it's a good thing. Me personally, I over deliver in everything that I do. So
Mhm.
that's just something that is, I'm not, I'm not shy when it comes to over marketing, but a regular communication with your readers is key to keep them engaged.
I definitely agree. So you've mentioned how book funnels and book clicker have been game changers for you. Can you break down these tools, how they work, and how they helped you connect with your readers?
Of course. So, BookFunnel allows me to deliver my reader magnet, which is my free book, my 20,000 word novella, and I'm able to send that directly to readers in a professional and smooth way. Um, BookFunnel is very um, very user friendly when it comes to that. And this is a great way to build your email list. And I've also used it to distribute advanced copies to my launch team or beta readers. Book Clicker, on the other hand, is a tool I use to track and organize my list. And that actually helps me to stay on top of things and ensures I'm reaching the right readers with my newsletters. And both of these tools together actually help me to streamline the process of connecting my audience and growing my list at the same time.
That's excellent. And I'm learning from you as you're explaining this to me.
Yeah.
Besides those, are there any other tools or marketing strategies you recommend for self-publishers?
Yes, I would say um, definitely recommend using social media to build your brand. And this may sound pretty obvious, but and especially how popular social media is, everyone's on it, we all have it. But Instagram and Facebook have been really helpful for me to connect with readers on a more personal level. And I'm also currently learning Facebook ads to help promote my books to a targeted audience. But as of right now, what I teach my students is how to grow their list and make sales without the ads. So, but there are also great Facebook groups for authors where you can learn and network with each other. And of course, having an email list is a must, and it's really the best way to create a loyal readership.
Wonderful. So you do speak about teaching. What platform do you use to teach? And like, what is that like? What days or hours or how does someone get in contact with you to take your classes?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, I'm actually in the process of opening up a new founding launch. So I have helped people like on like a one-on-one level, but this is like the first time that I'm actually going to be opening it up to the public. On March 1st, I'm actually hosting a live webinar that's going to teach people the fundamentals of basically step by step how I was able to grow my list to 1,500 subscribers in 30 days. And I can actually link that down, send you the link if you wanted to add it to the share notes later, if anyone was interested in that.
Yes, most definitely. So we know that the self-publishing market is crowded. And what are some ways for new authors to make their book stand out?
Yes, so self-publishing is not crowded. And I love this because publishing low content books are crowded, like your journals, calendars, and things like that. Because if you like think about it, there's little to no room for creativity in that space. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everything kind of starts to look the same, in my opinion. So,
Mhm.
I actually, what I do differently, I create and publish high content fiction novels, and these are novels that could be anywhere from 30,000 words up to like 80,000 words, right? And the key with this is branding. Does your book title match your theme? Do you have a professional book cover? Do you have a compelling blurb? Everything needs to speak to your ideal reader. And also, you need to be able to find your niche. That's very important. So you have to start thinking about like what makes your story different, what unique element do you bring to the table, and most importantly, you don't want to underestimate the power of reviews. So like building up positive reviews is one of the best ways to increase your visibility and your credibility before launch day. And like I also will be teaching my students how to do this as well.
That's wonderful. Now, we've talked all about your strategies, but can we get a little bit into the meat and potatoes? Like, what's the name of your book? Where can our readers find it? And also, give me a little synopsis of a blurb, as you call it. I'm new to the jargon. Let us hear
Yes.
a little bit about your book.
Yes, ma'am. So you can find my books on Amazon. My pen name is Jamila Woods. That's JamilaWoods. One of the most popular books I would say that I have. I in 3 books on Amazon as of now. I published 3 on Amazon. I have one that I'm using currently as a reader magnet, and I'm actually launching another book on March 28th. But the one that I would say is a fan favorite is Off Limits Dr. Daddy, which is a sweet age gap dad's best friend romance.
Oh,
So the blurb would be so a whirlwind in scrubs disrupts my guarded work. My sorry, a whirlwind in scrubs disrupts my guarded world, breaking every rule I've set. Great, now she's my best friend's daughter. I never wanted an intern, especially not her. Keisha's arrival challenged more than my hospital routines. Her prowess in the hospital surprised me, but her determination is what unravels my gruff exterior. Managing my ego with the growing attraction is getting harder. I try to resist the sparks igniting between us. The truth is, she's breaking through the walls around my heart. Now I'm balancing protecting my son and allowing love back into my grumpy life. Yet, when my son's life is at stake, she's the one I can't let go. Her caring nature reveals a surprising longing within me. She might be the missing piece I need. The end. And that's Off Limits Dr. Daddy, which is actually one of the three books of my box set that I actually just launched yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can we find out what's the inspiration behind your pen name?
Oh, yes. So, um, it's actually the funny thing is, right? So I wouldn't really say I have an inspiration behind it. Whenever you're choosing a pen name, it's actually a marketing technique and strategy, right? So you don't when you choose your pen name, you want to make sure you're looking at the best sellers in your niche. If you're seeing, for an example, names that are because I'm in the sweet romance niche. If I see names that are you're going to typically see shorter names, um, names that are more common, like for a last name like Woods, Brown, Rose, names like that. And then also you're going to want to pay attention to the syllables that the authors and the bestsellers are using, right? So if I'm seeing that most of the authors names only have one or two syllables or three, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to just create a name just to create one because then I may not fit in that niche. So that's kind of how I decided on my pen name in particular. And also because I am an African American self-publisher, I kind of wanted to add that touch as well. So I did put Jamila in there, but Woods would be more the common name that would fit within my niche.
Oh, that's wonderful information. I I didn't even think like that. You've definitely done your research. So
Thank you.
I'm very happy that you're sharing that with us. One other question I had, if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice before publishing your first book, what would it be?
Okay, so what I would do, I would tell myself not to rush. It's easy to want everything to happen quickly, but self-publishing is a long game. So it's not a get rich quick scheme. You do have to take the time to learn, experiment, and refine your craft. It's not going to happen overnight. So you do have to trust the process and, you know, don't be afraid to make mistakes because it's all part of the journey.
That's beautiful information. And as I'm wrapping up here with you, I just reflect back on all the other self-published authors that I've interviewed. And I hope that you guys will follow each other and that we're building a network, almost like a family, because I'm so invested in all of your work and can't wait to see your journeys take off. So,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
oh, you're welcome. Um, all your links will be shared. And I just want to thank you again for being on Unraveled Radio and thank our listeners for joining us. To everyone listening, if this episode inspired you, be sure to share it with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at unraveled_radio for more conversations like this. Until next time, keep unraveling your journey and make your dreams happen. Peace and love.